Welcome back, everybody. I am Marilee Burnett, tarot reader and astrologer, and this is the weekly Tarotscope for April 3rd of 2023. So we're going to get started with our cards this week, but before we do, if you would be so kind as to like and subscribe to my channel, I would certainly appreciate it and love it when you leave me comments down below. So let me know how this week turns out for you and what you're expecting based on the conversations that we're going to have today. Up first, I pull a card for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and the weekend. And so we're going to talk about the High Priestess. So the High Priestess is the number 2 card in the tarot and in the Fool's Journey. This is symbolized by the second person that he meets on that journey. And the High Priestess is where we go to seek information, and she has all of the answers, but she doesn't give them up easily. So this is something that you truly need to invest in, wanting to understand. You need to be open and available and alert for answers that could come to you in non-traditional ways. Definitely listen to your intuition. This could be information that you overhear. It could be a song on the radio. The most important thing you need to do, though, in these first 2 days of the week is put it out there. Whatever it is that you are seeking answers about, if you don't seek answers, obviously they can't come to you. So just be open, be available, and stay aware so this information that you're seeking can show up for you. As we move into Wednesday and Thursday, we have another major arcana card, and this one is the Emperor. So the Emperor is the number 4. And the number 4 speaks to foundations that we are building. The Emperor is somebody who is a very strong business leader. So this, again, maybe somebody that you're seeking answers from. If you're looking to expand your business, grow your business, restructure your business, right? Then this might be somebody that you are seeking out. Now, this is also a reminder that the Emperor doesn't do everything in his business himself. He has people who execute the directions that he gives. And so this could also be a reminder for you to stop taking on everything, to guard your energy, to take some time to maybe restructure things within your business in order for you to have a better work-life balance. It also could be a really good time to assign responsibilities to other people. If it's not obviously your own business, but this is the work that you do, then there could be an important mentor that you are engaging with on Wednesday and Thursday of this week. As we get into the astrology, we'll talk a bit about why that's so important, why the information is so important, because we will see Mercury moving into the sign of Taurus. And this is also where it is going to be experiencing its retrograde beginning April 21st. So the information that you're starting to explore this week is really important. The sign of Taurus has to do with finances as well. So this is a good time to also seek out a mentor that can help provide you with information regarding your finances. So again, 2 important major arcana cards for the first part of the week. That always means that we have major energy. And as we get into more of the astrology discussion, we'll discuss the full moon in Libra and why relationships are so important. As we get into the weekend, though, we have some energy that we need to be cautious about. When we see the 5 of Swords, this is a reminder to not fight just for the sake of fighting. You may be so stuck into some toxic behaviors and patterns that you just don't even see it anymore. It's also a really good reminder that, there are people out there that are looking to take advantage of you, and you don't need to get caught up in their drama. But the biggest thing is really to take time out, look at yourself in the mirror, and make sure that whatever you're fighting, there's a real reason behind it. You're not fighting just to fight, just because you're used to it. Because if you look at the picture in the background of this card, this person is victorious, but at what cost? All the people around him are devastated. Now, the five energy does talk of changes coming in, and swords are, of course, information, it's our thoughts, it's communication. So something about this weekend, something about the battles that you may be facing and the arguments that you might need to have, well, they can be productive, they can invite in change. But again, it's so important that you pay attention to the words that you're using and choosing your battles wisely, because literally nobody is really going to come out the winner if you're fighting just for the sake of fighting, and definitely not if you're being dishonest with what you're fighting about. So, if we look at the energy of all three of these cards and the messages combined together, right? You're seeking information, you're working with the people that are showing up and providing you what you need to know to make changes. You're paying attention to the information, you're double checking your sources. But there's something about the information that you're provided that just is making you feel a bit uncomfortable by the weekend, right? It's like you have all this information, maybe you didn't like what you heard, and there's some fighting going on as a result. So just be cautious with the information that you come across. And then our numbers, as we add up these cards, the 2, the 4, and the 5, actually comes to the number 2. So there is a very important theme of relationships and balance, and using the information that you receive to restore the balance in those relationships. So let's take a look at the astrology for the week as well. As I mentioned, Mercury moves into Taurus, and this is where it will begin its shadow period. So as soon as you see Mercury hit the 5-degree mark, if you follow my daily posts, of course, by liking and subscribing this channel and visiting my website or following me on Instagram, where those links are down below, you'll know when Mercury is at 5 degrees and the official shadow period begins. But this is the first time that we see Mercury in Taurus, and so you'll start to get an idea of the influence of that planet in this sign. And very quickly, you're going to see new things that show up for you, and then the work that you're going to have to do based on what you uncover. So we'll start to see that on Monday. And then on Wednesday, we have a big, giant, surprising full moon in Libra, which can either bring closure to relationships or, fulfill a relationship goal that you have, whether it's business or personal. There's some surprising twists involved, because the moon, as it sits in Libra, is making this odd angle back to Uranus. And the thing about Uranus is you just never know what to expect. So it, could bring some surprise endings to relationships. We might even see that, on a national level. You could see a surprise relationship begin, odd people coupling up. The opportunities and the options are endless. But if you want to know more for sure, you can take a look at my article that, if you already follow me and subscribe to my website, you already got that emailed this weekend. In fact, I sent it out on Sunday. If not, take a good look at that, and you can get some ideas. But just remember, as you read my articles, they're based on whole sign house system, which puts the sign at 0 degrees. And very few people actually have their signs and their houses start at 0 degrees. So there is some tweaking to be done there, and you can always book a session with me where we just deep dive into full moon or new moon readings in particular so you can truly understand the full potential. And I am starting up my wonderful Sip and Stars event where you can join me once a month and we will do live events where we discuss the new moon. I help you make new moon wishes and I help you perform a new moon wish ceremony that you can then do on the actual date on your own. But it should be a lot of fun. It's a members only group. There's a small charge to participate, but you can try the first one out for free. So come see me. And the details are down at the link below. On Thursday, that news that we have been wondering about from the high priestess comes in a big way because Mercury is conjunct the North Node and opposes the South Node. So there is lessons from the past that we need to learn, and we need to take the information that we've gained in the past and use it to help us accomplish our goals. And the North Node is making sure that with Mercury, you're using the information that you have to do something worthwhile, to do something valuable, to do something that you can help yourself financially with. And again, learning lessons, leaning on maybe some strengths of what you know from the past, from a past life. But there is definitely, from a collective perspective, faded information, faded conversations, faded news that's going to come up around Thursday of this week as a result of that interaction. Also, if you've read my Libra full moon article and looking at the picture here, you'll see that we have this kite formation. So there is definitely this big energy of lifting something up and getting things off the ground. So that other energy of Mercury square to Pluto that starts the week off, you might see that accentuated even more as Mercury starts to the North Node. That's information that when you receive it, it should make you change your mind about something. Pluto exposes things that are hidden, and Mercury squaring it means because of the information that Pluto brings to your attention, because of this fear that could get stimulated, something about that is going to cause a major change, especially because they will both be sitting at 0 degrees. So again, this is a big news week, so get ready for things to get really interesting. Then by the weekend, we do have some really dreamy energy to kind of escape into, and maybe we'll need to, but just remember, being delusional might feel good in the moment, but it doesn't serve you in the long run. So when Venus sextiles Neptune, it is really dreamy. It's a good time for creative writing, creative projects. It's a great time to do a spa day, to do beauty treatments. But again, just a word of caution. This is an energy that you want to fall into and not be able to crawl back out of. So just watch your overindulgences and watch your triggers when it comes to that. But it is really beautiful energy. So if the week has been really stressful, this would be a good weekend to plan to do something that does indulge the senses, right? Venus is a planet in Taurus that is all about the senses and sensuality. And so, indulging in things like massages and, mani-pedis, good foods, hikes out in nature, those may be what we need to get ourselves a little bit more grounded in order to process all of the information that's going to come up this week. And trust me, there will be a lot of processing. So, overall, Very interesting, very serious. Those are, major arcana cards. We have North Node involvement. We have 0 degree activations between Pluto and Mercury. So you can expect, and it's not too surprising, that these 2 weeks leading up to the April 20th solar eclipse, and I can tell you right now, I am already seeing some pretty major disruptions in the lives of friends and family as a result of this eclipse energy that's already coming in. So it is important that we prepare. I, of course, am here to help you all along the way. And all of my information is already out there on the eclipse on my website. And so are all of my articles already for you for May, which continues in intensity. So I want you to be prepared. I'm here to help you along the way. You can, of course, check me out on my website and at the links below. Have a great week, and we'll talk soon.